Hey guys, thank you for joining me today on GODSPOT. I want to talk to you about the magic of thinking big. In Luke chapter 5, 3-5, it talks about Jesus getting into the boat of Simon, who is Simon Peter. And it says, and he got into one of the boats, which is Simon's, and asked him to put out a little from the land. And he sat down and taught the multitudes from the boat. When he had stopped speaking, he said to Simon, launch out into the deep and let down your nets for a catch. But Simon answered and said to him, Master, we have toiled all night and caught nothing. Nevertheless, at your word, I will let down your net. So here is Peter and his crew, or Simon as he's known at this point in his life. They've been out fishing. They are professional fishermen. They know when to fish, and they know that the fish is to be caught at night. And they've had a fruitless effort. They've not been able to catch anything. And Jesus gets into the boat and starts preaching. At the end of the sermon, he turns around and he says to Simon, cast down your nets. Now, Simon could have argued the point. He could say, look, I know what I'm talking about. You're a carpenter, I'm a fisherman. What are you doing? But instead, he responds and says, nevertheless, he lets down his nets. Now, the challenge here is to think big, and the magic of thinking big. It's amazing when you think big, how big things begin to happen. And so here's a few action points I want you to consider. Number one, to think big, you need to get into the action of habit. Don't wait until conditions are perfect. They'll never be perfect. Expect future obstacles and difficulties and solve them as they arise. Here is Peter. He just acted on it instead of waiting. Number two, be an activationist. Be someone who does things. Be a doer, not a don'ter. Number three, remember, ideas alone won't bring success. Ideas have value only when you act upon them. Number four, start your mental engine mechanically. Don't wait for the spirit to move you. Don't wait for feelings to move you. Just dig in, get on with it. And as you move, the spirit will move with you. Number five, use action to cure fear and gain confidence. Do what you fear, and it's amazing how that fear disappears. Number six, think in terms of the now. Not tomorrow, not next week, not later. These are words that are synonymous with failure. You've got to think in the now. Number seven, manage your environment. Be environment conscious. What do I mean by this? As the body needs a diet, so does the mind. Be mindful of what you're reading. Be mindful of what you're listening to and what you're watching, because rubbish in, rubbish out. But if you invest in good things coming in, you'd be surprised it'll enlarge your mind. Number eight, don't let small thinking people hold you back. Jealous people want to see you stumble. They're looking for you to fail. Well, all I can say to that is disappoint them. Disappoint them. Don't let small people think. If I listened to every person who was small-minded and the words they spoke, I never would have pioneered a church and got in ministry. I never would have started a business. I wouldn't be in a position I'm in today, a position of success in many ways, even in my family, if I'd listened to other people. And finally, number nine, make your environment work for you, not against you. Don't let suppressive forces, the negative, that you can't do it people, have a sway over your life. Think positive, believe for the best. Here is Peter. He could have said, no, we can't do this. We've already done this all night. But he says, nevertheless, and he enlarges his thinking. He drops the nets, and those nets are pulled back filled with fish. And he's blessed, he's successful. I hope this helps you today. Hope it speaks into your life. Think big. There's something about thinking big that changes everything. Have a great day. Thanks for listening.